Hey everyone, so in our latest rig breakdown video, I asked Alex Schultz, the 2023 Arizona Trail Race winner, to share his rig for the upcoming Colorado Trail Race. So he shares his bike and components and what he's bringing along with him, and also shares some insight into his gear choices. All right, let's do it. But before we begin, I just want to let you all know that this video is supported in part by Salsa Cycles. Salsa is adventure by bike. Salsa offers a range of mountain bikes, gravel bikes, all-road bikes, and fat tire bikes, all thoughtfully designed to enrich and enhance your cycling experiences. Salsa truly understands the transformative power of adventure by bike. So to discover a little bit more about their products and the brand as a whole, you can click on this card in the top right corner, or else follow the link in the description below.
I am Alex Schultz. I'm from Marquette, Michigan. This rig is built up for the Colorado Trail Race this year in 2024. I have had 5 goes on the Colorado Trail, 3 of which were successful starting in 2019. My best time on the Colorado Trail Race has been 5:15 in 2021. I have raced the Arizona Trail Race twice, one being the 300, which I was able to win in 2022. And then in 2023, I decided I'd follow it up with the full 800 and was able to win that and set an FKT that lasted for a while. Tour Divide this year in 2024, which I attempted and had to ultimately drop out when I was sick in Lima, Montana. So this is an Ibis XE, size medium. I am 5'8", 29-inch wheels. It is a mechanical 1x12 SRAM Eagle drivetrain with a 52 cassette granny gear in the back, 30-tooth chainring in the front, which is the smallest I can fit on those cranks. 30 is probably what I'd want to always run in the Colorado Trail anyway. I have raced some bikepacking races with Axis batteries. I do like it. Just right now it's one less thing to think about, which is also leading into the cable actuated dropper post. This is the new Fox Transfer that just came out this year. Seems to be a bit more durable and less friction than the old one. I had the old one on last year's bike during the Arizona Trail, which gave me no issues at all, but the new one seems extra robust and completely serviceable by your shop. These are Bird XC25 wheels with their Polylite spokes. I have not had any issues with these. They actually seem to have been more durable than a traditional metal spoke. Really happy with the ride quality of those overall. The fork is the Fox Stepcast 34, and they just came out with the new damper this year, which is the Grip SL. Seems to make a big difference over the Fit 4 for absorbing all the small stuff when you're flying down the trail at 20 mile an hour or whatever, and there's washboard bumpy stuff. That new damper does seem to be pretty amazing. The rear on this bike, Fox Shock, 100 mil travel. For the Colorado Trail, I might want something a little bit more, but I really like this DW linkage on the Ibis, and this XE seems to be a little bit faster than the Ripley, so I am taking the hit on 20 mils less travel than my Ibis Ripley. My handlebars are Raceface Next R 780 mil wide, which is kind of wide for some people, but for me it seems about perfect. I have the Togs grips on here that let me go hand over the bar into kind of another position. Feels really good climbing and just kind of gets your weight into a different position on your hand and wrist. For me, it alleviates some of the pressure. SRAM level Ultimate 4-piston brakes are the stopping power. 180 rotor in the front, 160 in the rear. Have had almost no issues with those. Little integrated multi-tool in the stem with a chain tool. Time XC8 pedals. Been running the same set for like 5 years. WTB Rocket saddle. And Maxxis Icon for the rubber on the Bird XC wheels. So for navigation, I have the Garmin 1040 solar that has one of the most incredible battery lives I've ever used. Seems like I might almost get more out of one charge out of this than, say, a fresh set of batteries on my e-Trex. The solar does help, but it also just has a huge built-in battery life compared to other Edge models. Well, I have two lights. They're both by Phoenix. They're the BC26R. I'm trying something new and trying to get it in front of my bag, because the problem is always mounting it on the bar. The bag is always kind of in the way. Probably use this for slower climbing and whatnot, and turn the helmet light off, and then probably run both on the descents. I have 4 batteries. These take replaceable batteries that just kind of, you unscrew this and the battery comes out, and they have a nice little USB-C charging port in the battery, so you can plug that right into your power bank. Carried 5 or 6 of them on the AZT because there's like 12 hours of darkness, and I definitely needed all of them. I think 4 will get me through the CTR with a pretty good size power bank. So in the handlebar bag, stuff that needs to stay dry. This Apidura bag is fully waterproof. I've tested it, sprayed water all over it, everything in it stays completely dry. On this side, I try to keep my arm warmers handy, because in the mountains, going up and down, temperature fluctuates all the time. These are nice to just throw on quick with your jersey. Don't really have to take anything off. My down jacket is next in line. It's a must in Colorado, I feel like. I think it was 32 degrees this morning in Crested Butte, so it's definitely going to get somewhere around that cold on the CTR. Knee warmers kind of in there right with the arm warmers. I can slip these on almost pretty easily over my Pearl Izumi Summit shoes without even taking them off. This is what I wear in conjunction with the bibs. Well, not conjunction with the bibs, but instead of the bibs, I'll wear these compression shorts, Vuori. There's no chamois in these. I like to just put these on at night and sleep in these, and then put the rain pants on, sleep in those, and then kind of get up in the morning and just go in these, and it kind of just gives you a break from the chamois. So these are just a chamois alternative and sleeping wear. This is kind of all the warmer gear. So a little bit warmer glove than my traditional riding glove. Some merino wool socks from Bontrager. I try to, if I get wet feet, try to stay in the wet feet while I know they're going to stay wet. If the shoes start to dry, I'll try to put the dry socks on, and try to keep a dry pair of socks like at all times. At least have a dry pair to sleep in. This is a fully fleece-lined cap. This is nice for sleeping, riding in the morning. Old merino wool base layer. Probably need to replace it. It's got a rip. Seen quite a few CTRs, but I really like this merino wool material. Usually open it from this side for the quilt. Is the 30-degree quilt from Thermarest. It doesn't have a bottom, that's why it's a quilt. The bottom doesn't do a whole lot as long as you're carrying a sleeping pad, which I do have. Bottom is kind of enclosed for your feet. Just saves a little space and tucks into the handlebar pretty nice, the quilt over the sleeping bag. The spot tracker is mounted. There's these nice little tabs on the Apidura bag. Seems to stay on there pretty nice. I've been testing it on some longer rides, couple overnights. I think that's where I'm gonna keep it. Apidura feed bags, I tried them on the Tour Divide this year for the first time. Of course, it's mostly road, right? So you don't really notice them, but I haven't ever run them in the trail races just because mostly I was like, I don't really want anything bouncing around on my handlebar there, but did a big 160-mile loop in the Sawatch last month, and they seem to be great. And I stocked them up with food, and the bouncing doesn't really bother me, and it was quick access and just munching on Cheez-Its. Kind of in this area on the frame, Morrow Packs out of Marquette, Michigan. James Morrow is the owner there and runs the show. He has fulfilled all my requests for how I wanted to do bags on all the bikes I have. Kind of this extra large top tube bag I wanted to just try to fill in more space here. And then of course the frame bag, custom fit to this frame, lace up, some Velcro, bolts on both the water cages. It has worked beautifully, stays in place. All of his packs have been absolutely flawless. So keep the rain gear in here. So around the outside, right away, is Patagonia Storm 10 rain jacket that is pretty light, has worked well on every CTR I've taken it on. Next up, the rain pants. All the rain gear, first accessible thing in Colorado whenever I pack up a bike. These are Gore-Tex rain pants. Pack up pretty small, fit good, don't sag, fitted, zippers have been good. Then I keep kind of my bulkier sleep stuff. So this is the MSR Pro bivy that is completely waterproof. They do have an e-bivy, but found that this one has seen storms and it's actually stayed a lot drier than the emergency bivy that I've also taken on the CTR. So then I have half of a sleeping pad from Climate. It goes to just about my hip and it just inflates really fast with this valve. It's not the greatest for sleeping on your side, which I do like to do, but it does work, and it's light, and I take the quilt because it doesn't have a bottom and just use this as the bottom for insulation and a little more comfort than just laying on the bottom of a sleeping bag. The rain mittens kind of slide over those, well, either pair of gloves, but these, at least in the Colorado monsoons, mostly keep my gloves dry and underneath, and they pack up really small, and they actually just sit up on top in the frame bag up above the sleeping pad for quick access with the rain jacket and rain pants. There is some more stuff on the other pocket on the other side. Have like the extra Phoenix light, a wall charger, 65 watt, should charge stuff faster than a traditional one. And charger, iPhone charger. Inside here, I keep a voltaic power bank. I think this is like 15,000 milliamp hours, which is a little bit more than I've taken on the CTR, but I'm running a rechargeable Garmin this year that might require some power. I do like to run music like at night, so I try to keep that charged. Just plenty of charge to keep stuff going without really having to stop. A couple spare chargers in here, a couple of the Phoenix replaceable batteries. There are more of these on the bike. There's 2 of them in here for easy access. And then the rest of the space, I don't have food packed right now, but the rest will be some quick access food that I want in the top of the bike. The one in the back has some gear that hygiene kind of gear. Well, these are electrolyte tabs. Try to get as much salt in me as I can, especially like on that first Lost Creek detour. Contact case. I do wear contacts on the trail. I wear the night and day ones, which are supposed to be continuous wear. Toothbrush, chapstick, toothpaste, chain lube, eye drops, contacts, even with sunglasses on and clear glasses at night, seem to get kind of dry, and I use the eye drops almost every day, and it just refreshes the contacts a little bit. Some allergy pills, credit card usually slides in there, and some extra contacts. This is an Apidura down tube bag. This thing has seen a bunch of bike packing races. So another Phoenix battery, some tools for, I've never had an issue with the bird spokes, but I carry the spoke wrenches in case I do need to do some wheel work out there. I carry 3 extra spokes because they are not usually carried at your usual bike shop. So I do carry the 3 links I need in there. A 12-speed quick link, a tire lever. There are a couple tubes in here. One durable one and then the one orange one, the one light one. This is a smaller pump that also takes a CO2. I don't take a CO2 on the Colorado Trail. I have a Toe Peak pump that is higher volume that I think I'm gonna stash in there for the race. That is everything in the down tube bag. I would normally keep some tire plugs in there, and I will keep some extras in there, but I'm trying something new. And in the handlebar is actually my tire plug insert. So this just unscrews from the handlebar. It's a bar end. You can stab it in to the hole in the tire, and it I've tried it. It plugs up really nice, the Dyna plug. But there's only one in here ready to go. So I need to throw a few more extras in my down tube bag. So the backpack is from Osprey. It is the Raptor 10. I like this over some of the other ones. It has some material back here that like creates airflow. Seems like it does help. So this is primarily hydration. There is a 3-liter bladder in here. 3 liters is a bit much for the CT. There's a lot of water out there usually. I'm really trying to focus on hydration this year, and preventing a couple fill-ups might save some time. I don't know. It's an inline platypus filter attached to it, so I can just swoop this pack in the creek and close it and it's ready to go. This filter seems to get less resistance in it over time than like a Sawyer or something. I also have, in relation to water, an extra filter, forgetting what they call it, but it's the HydroPack water filter system. And this just swoops in the creek, screws on, squeeze, and this just seems to have the lowest resistance out of all the ones I've tried. This is extra, just empty space for like extra snacks or something for maybe the long stretch from Buena Vista to Silverton. Some caffeine pills, some electrolyte pills, Endurolite pills, secondary music source other than the phone, extra earbuds, and normally my extra clear glasses go in here for night riding. So my favorite direction for the CTR is Denver to Durango. I like finishing in the San Juans, like the mountains that are just so epic that I feel like I get this second wind almost, where you like just don't even feel it anymore. It's just, the trail is incredible. Of course, you kind of ease into it in Denver, right? Like everybody says, you're low and you're working your way up, and you don't get above 10,000 feet till 100 some miles in. And out of Durango, you shoot yourself up 6,000 vert in 25 miles, which is cool, but I definitely do like the fact that you can kind of ease into it in Denver. My goal, since I've finished it 3 times with the 5-day finish, is to just get under 5 flat, somewhere in the 4 range. I'd like to be like 415, 414 or less, but you know, the weather and that trail throws a lot at you, so a lot of stuff has to work out. We'll see what happens.
Well, that was a super dialed rig, and thank you so much for sharing, Alex. And good luck to you and everyone else participating in this year's 2024 Colorado Trail Race. It should be some really good dot watching. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you like what you saw in this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And if you want to help support this YouTube channel, everything we do at BIKEPACKING.com, our in-depth reviews, our routes, you can do so by signing up for the Bikepacking Collective. The Collective offers a lot of really awesome perks and some really cool perks in the not too distant future that will be launched very soon. So for more information on that, you can click on the card in the top right corner, or also follow the link in the description below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, pedal further.